how knowing what you deserve affects your femininity and increases your value. Hello, my name is Chengi. I am your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, right here where my coaches and I teach you how to present as a high value, high status and high worth woman that high value quality men find completely irresistible. If you are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, and welcome again. I am so happy to have you. Do not forget to subscribe, join the tribe, join us on all our platforms on Black Swan Relationship Academy, and do check in every single day for your daily breakout video. Okie dokie. So what is it that I want to discuss with us today on this beautiful Sunday? I want to talk about really tuning in to what you deserve. Now, I am not talking about being entitled. Entitled people don't feel they have to elevate, have to grow, have to evolve. They just feel like the world owes them. God owes me, my friends owe me, the dog owes me, life owes me because I've suffered so hard and I've been through so much and I've read every book and I've ticked every box, and so I deserve, I am entitled to a certain outcome. And sometimes because we confuse entitlement and a deep sense of deserving, we sometimes, those of us who are a little bit more enlightened, do a little bit more personal work, begin to shortchange ourselves because we live in a world that tells us, we're part of a manosphere that tells us that a woman's stock goes up and it goes down, and as she gets older her stock goes down. You know, I have to be so honest with you, swans. Sometimes I'm human and I despair. I despair at how we treat each other as human beings. I despair at how casual we are about other sacred beings that are human like ourselves, and how we have turned humans into concepts and we have created this business-like environment around human beings and taken away the truest truth, which is a deep desire for connection, knowing that attraction is not connection, knowing that volume of suitors or women who are prepared to throw themselves at men, and this new word, options, volume, and all of these things, these are not the truth about relationships. Relationships really are way deeper, way more spiritual. It's about a spiritual connection to another person. It's about things like resonance. It's about things like authenticity and connectedness in a deep, meaningful, transcendent way. Relationships, yes, have a function. You know, they have roles. They have principles that make them work. They have things that must be in place, and yes, they are effortful. We have to keep working at a relationship, but somehow along the way we have created this setup where men are not human. They're not sentient beings, they're not divine, they're these disposable items that we kind of grade on a certain grade, and we have the reverse where women are just, are you pretty? Not pretty. Are you young, fertile, or not? No, you are deserving of death and just jump off a bridge and die, shall you? And you are pretty and you are fertile? Well, then you can join the options. You can join the high value men options, because even though you're pretty and you're fertile, there's so many of you, so why don't you just come along and be my option? I really do despair. I despair because I watch younger men become jaded, and I despair because I find older men being jaded. But the truth of the matter is relationships are way more deep, more spiritual, and we ultimately will choose the person that resonates the most in our hearts. And sometimes that doesn't always fit the mold. That is not always the stunning, beautiful model with the millionaire. Sometimes it's the stunning, beautiful, model-esque woman with the plumber, you know, and sometimes it is, you know, the really, really older guy who is with, you know, a really young girl, and vice versa. And the truth about relationships is, if we were to truly navigate them with a deep sense of spirituality, we would transcend a lot of the mess that is being created. And I really believe that the people that will ultimately eventually have real, lasting and fulfilling relationships are those who transcend a lot of the garbage that is sort of being spouted on the digital world, and really can behold the humanity of the other person. And with that said, after I finish my philosophical rant, with that being said, I want to ask you, my darling swan, and as I ask all the other swans that call me in desperation and despair, in pain and in sorrow, as they share their very painful stories with me, as they begin to share the abuse and the maltreatment that they have endured. And sometimes, I've got to be honest, on a call, I end up feeling their pain and I have to be like, let me just recover, okay? But I always ask them this question, and if I don't, I ask it in another way. But I want to ask you today this question, because I want you to ask it to yourself always and perpetually. Do you deserve to be the girl who's on the other side of the phone waiting for the text? Do you deserve that? Do you deserve to be the girl who is part-time? Do you deserve to be an option? Do you deserve to sit around waiting for a man to choose you? Do you deserve to be on the reserve bench in a relationship, in a courtship? Do you deserve to be the girl who's constantly checking her phone to see if the guy she went on a date with yesterday remembers to call her today and escalate the relationship? Do you deserve to be the girl who is waiting on the ghost to reappear? Do you deserve to be the girl who, when the ghost disappears, you are still hunting and chasing? What is it about you? What is it about me? What is it about us? When we are accepting this behavior, what is it deep down that tells us that we deserve this? Why are you the woman that deserves to be dumped? Why are you the woman that deserves only a one-night stand? Why are you the woman that deserves to compete with another woman for one man? Why have you relegated yourself? Why do we relegate ourselves to being the woman that can never ever truly be loved? This is really important, because as we date and elevate to become high value feminine women, we have to realize that the feminine woman is truly in her power when she knows what she deserves. The feminine is always the selector. I've said it once and I'll say it again, and it doesn't matter how many loud horns the manosphere will have trying to deceive the feminine mind into believing that she's no longer the prize, that she is just merely an option amongst many, that she is dispensable and disposable at the whim of a high value man. Listen, the Bible says there is nothing new under the sun. What has been shall always be, and this is the truth. There is nothing new under the sun. There have always been a bunch of men in the world who felt like they could sleep with everything. Yes, even in our great-great-great-grandmother's era, men were still shagging around. Maybe their pool was a little bit smaller, but they were shagging around. And yes, there were women who were quite happy to sleep with them. And the player is not a modern day philosophy. The player has been from the beginning of time. men who married multiple. That was the genesis of playerism. Playerism is not new. Men with money having access to young, thirsty, desperate, low value, low self-esteem women is not anything new. And much of what men are calling options is really more fanny, okay? And if you don't know what that means, I mean it's more sexual intimacy for the purposes of YouTube. Okay. A lot of what men are calling options simply is a little bit of money for a little bit of a young, impressionable, airhead, low value, daddy issue women who just happen to be built young and beautiful and happen to be fertile, even though these young girls don't really want to have your babies. This is really what it really means when you have a 24-year-old, 25-year-old, woman dating a 50-year-old who wants to come out into the world and tell the world that he has so many options, when he has a 25, 26, 27-year-old after him. She's not after love, she's not after his heart. Is that truly an option? Don't let men fool you into believing that they don't want emotional intimacy, that they don't crave to be loved, that they don't crave to have their own person, that they don't crave the same things we do when it comes to relationship. Don't buy into it. It's not true. Men want to be loved, accepted, cherished, seen, heard, and known for who they are just as much as we want to do. And so just because they can find a lot of sexual partners, just because they can jump from one person to the other and buy the attention of women that perhaps they were not able to buy before, they have deluded themselves into believing that they are different from their ancestors. It is not true. Women will forever be selectors. The same type of man that was losing out in the village many, many years ago is the same guy that is losing out on a dating app. He is still the one no one is selecting, regardless of how much money or muscle he possesses. He is still that guy. Okay, and so I want to dismantle some of the mindsets that we have embraced because we have paid attention to the noise in the manosphere telling us that our stock has gone down and this has gone down, because I make a living of proving these people wrong. Okay. This is what I do. Because the truth of the matter is, when a man who is relationship ready, a man who is healed and whole, finds a really great black swan of a woman, when he meets a black swan, everything is out the window. Whatever he thought he wanted is out the window, because when that divine spiritual connection happens with another human being, we all have to pack in all of the other things that we thought mattered, and it's no different for men. I want you to understand that all of the noise must not affect what you personally, individually, as a woman created in the image and likeness of God, believe you deserve. I don't have to tell you this, but I know for some of you, you need to hear it. You do not deserve to be the girl on the other side of the phone waiting on a man to come back, to remember, to love her. Don't be that girl. Don't be that girl who is waiting. Don't be that girl who is first sacrificed and last considered. Don't be the girl who will go on a coffee date when you really want to go for dinner. Don't be the girl who accepts cheap, low investment dates when you can be with a man somewhere out there who is looking for you, hunting you down emotionally, spiritually. He is praying that one day he will meet a woman like you, and that when he does, he is going to treat her like the queen that she is. What is the difference between the women that get what they want in my practice and in the world and those that do not? It's simple. It's what they believe they deserve. It's time for us, ladies, to understand that you deserve what you crave. You deserve a gentleman. You deserve a man that sees you. You deserve a man that cares about you. You deserve a man that is, whose heart and life is open and ready to love you. No, you don't deserve the guy whose life is chaotic, his money is funny, his whole situation with baby mama be crazy. You don't deserve that. You deserve a man whose life is ready to love you. You deserve a man whose heart is open to love you. You don't deserve an emotionally unavailable man. You don't deserve a man that is sharing you with every single person. You have to have a deep, meaningful conversation with yourself. You've got to sit down with yourself, Black Swan, and ask yourself, what do I truly deserve? Because what you truly deserve is what you will fight for, is what you will position yourself for, is what will elevate your value. It's okay to be on a date and be sitting there listening to him talking about his ex and get up and say, thank you so much for inviting me, but I truly deserve a man that is emotionally available for me. Thank you so much for the time. You're not ready to love me the way I deserve. Get up and go, because you're a queen, because that is who you are, because you're a Black Swan. And I say this because one of my clients, who became one of my coaches, did this on a date, and she made me so proud. She said, Chengi, I went on this date, and all he did from the time I got there was talk about his ex-girlfriend, almost tears in his eyes. You know, you could see the tears in his eyes, and he was about to cry. And she said, you know what, thank you so much for inviting me, but I really deserve a man who is emotionally available, who can love me, who can be there for me, and you're just not that guy, and I'm just gonna go home. Thank you so much. She took her purse and she left, and that was so Black Swan. It was amazing. And I want that for all of us. I want us to show up to a date, and if his pictures don't look like, if he doesn't look like his pictures, and you feel deceived, I want you to say, I don't deserve this. I don't. I want you to say, thank you so much, but unfortunately your pictures and how you're looking is not the same, and I really don't want to waste your time or mine, and I'm just gonna leave, because I actually deserve what I expected, what you put out there. That's what I feel I deserve. I don't deserve an older, younger, another version, right, of what I felt I deserved and what I was interacting with. I want us ladies to start to elevate our value. I want us to start to think about how to support our feminine energy. Why is this important? Why is what I deserve? Because when we are in our feminine energy and we only accept what we deserve, you're a good woman, you watch these videos, you work on yourself, you deal with your issues. Anybody that follows me knows that I will call you ladies out on any BS. You know, if you watch my Instagram live the other day, that I will not let you get away with being less than what I know you're capable of becoming. You know that I hold you ladies to the highest possible standard of communication, grooming, and just all out excellence in your womanhood and in your femininity. And if you have committed to this path, and you've committed to this road, and you are on this path, whether you've just joined us, or you're part of you've been part of this journey, and I don't care how long you have been on this journey, for as long as you have committed yourself to being on this path, I want you to know that you deserve the very thing that you're transforming your life for. You deserve a man that is front and center. You deserve a man that shows up all day, every day. You deserve a man that will text you. You deserve to pick up your phone and see texts from him and be excited. You deserve to show up for him and not feel like he's going to be intimidated by your love. You deserve to pace the sexual pace of the relationship and not feel bad. You deserve to make him wait, and you deserve to be treated like the Black Swan that you are. And until you make peace with that, until you sit down with yourself and say, you know what, no, I am not going to go scouring the internet to find the one text that I'm going to send any guy that has gone cold in my life so that he will text me. I'm not going to sit around for 2 weeks while I wait for him to send me a text or a message. I'm not going to wait around and give my time, my hope, and my attention to a man who just is not capable of loving me right now. Is not capable of giving me what I deserve. I want you ladies to go and write a list of the things that you want in a relationship, and I want you to write the things you don't want. Okay, what treatment are you ready to be done with? What treatment have you accepted that you are now ready to be done with? I want you to write down everything that you're done with, And then I want you to go and say a prayer and burn it and never look back. Because from now on, you will never ever accept a man, a situation that does not honor you for who you are. You're not going to sit around and hope for him to call. You're not going to sit around and hope for him to choose you, because you now know you deserve better. And whenever you sit in a place of your power, of what you deserve, then you are in your feminine. Then you are in a place of rest. Because anything else will have you pursuing him. Anything else will have you energetically and emotionally charging, lurching forward. You now are the masculine who must prove her value. This is masculine energy, proving energy, working energy, doing energy. I just have to show him that I am worthy. I just have to show him that I am deserving. I just have to prove to him that I deserve his time, his attention, his affection, his care, his investment in me. Then now you are in the masculine, fighting. But I want you to know this is where I deserve. And my throne is a seat that is built upon what I deserve. Many of us watching this video are not even asking for silver or gold. Many of us are not even asking for him to be a millionaire. Many of us don't even want a high value guy. Some of us just really want just a quality guy. Just a good quality guy. And that's not asking too much. Asking to be treated as a sacred human, as a person with emotions, as a person who bleeds, as a person who feels every spectrum of emotion, a person who feels hurt when they don't get that call they're expecting, a person who feels hurt when they just ditched and discarded. To feel that and to deserve, to not want that and to know that you don't deserve that. That is truly being high value. That is choosing yourself all day, every day. That is saying, I deserve better. I deserve it. I deserve to be treated better. I deserve to come first. I deserve to count. And guess what? The world is full of incredible, amazing men. And the more you sit down absorbing what you don't deserve, the less time you are spending being out there presenting yourself into the world, deselecting men that are not ready to show up at the level you deserve, saying no, moving forward. Because guess what? If there's anything that is true and will never change, you will always be the pursued. You will always have suitors. All you have to do is present yourself to the world and show up, flirt and date. And if you don't know how to do that, go and enroll in the Flirt and Date Masterclass. Go and enroll in the Feminine Mastery Masterclass and learn and get those skills and show up in the world and spend time vetting and selecting the men that are showing up with all that they need to treat you and have you be their queen. Because I know, beautiful Black Swan, that you're going to show up for these men. You're going to be amazing. They're going to just be so happy that they found you, because you're a great girl and you deserve great things. And you're a good woman and you deserve a good man. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. But in the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye now.